Yeah, it's recording. Okay. I feel I need to respond to Stephen J. James' video titled Relighting the Boiler. This is not my boiler. This is my stove for my study. And it's a Stovax. I think it's called an Economy 7. Oh, I forget what it is. The reason I was looking up what it was is, as you can see here, my grill done got smashed. It still works, it's just now ash will quite easily fall out over there. So this is the remains of my fire last night, which includes of course a aluminium can of tonic water, because I'm under the illusion that quinine will help with fever. I mean, that's why our Victorian ancestors did it. So what I'm doing is just giving it a poke and a stir. That, you see that there? That's not even tarnished. That must be stainless steel. So I'm going to get that out of the fire. So many of these things these days, I look at it and think, oh, that's some aluminium. I'll stick that in the fire. You know what? I'm going to get my hands dirty. Yeah, that's just a piece of aluminium. I'll stick that in the fire and it will burn. Because aluminium, copper sulfate, tin, all of these materials, they do oxidize. Stainless steel, not so much. But I haven't really been burning very hot. I haven't been burning for very long. So the bits of metal in my fireplace, my stove, have not really been oxidizing fully. So I end up with these molten bits of slag. So this is a multi-fuel stove, and one of the ways you can tell the difference between a multi-fuel stove and a wood-burning stove, as it gets misappropriated by friends, is, you see that? What I'm doing there is a very ineffectual riddle. And the reason being is you have your coals. Once you take all the ashes off, you have your coals resting on the metal grill, which is there. It is there somewhere. And what on earth is that? I just saw a long piece of... Oh yeah, I've been burning pallet wood, so of course there's going to be some nails in there as well. Now, what was I on about? Yes, right. This is multi-fuel stove, and it's known by the fact that it has this segment here, which is about 1/3 of the way up from the ashtray below. A wood-burning stove, that feature's not necessary. You just have your ashtray underneath, and you put your wood onto a bed of ash because it insulates it from the metal. And apparently that's the better way to do it, according to, is it Vincent Furkettle, the forester, who wrote a book called The Wood Burning Guide? Oh, I forget what it's called. Nice illustration, so I bought it, and that was the first book I've read in years. Just don't have a thing. So anyway, I can amuse myself with doing this for a while, and I'm sure I'm going to get lots of comments now saying, how is your fire going to breathe? You've just made an even coating of ash. Well, the funny thing about that is, you see, yes, definitely not going to get any breathing from there. But if I do that, can you see, have a good look, there's holes in the back and there's a hole at the top. So this is going to get plenty of fuel. Now, I'm going to pause this for a moment. And here is a box of kindling, what I have prepared earlier. Now, God's own prototype, and others might like to say, ah, Hobbit, you have not feathered your kindling. How are you going to catch a flame on that? Well, first of all, the box is too wide, so I need both hands for this, so one moment please. Using the ability of 2 hands as opposed to just one, I was able to fold up the kindling in there, in the cardboard box, and I've got a bit of rubbish as well, like this fucking stuff, which is awful. I really regret buying that. By the way, they also do beef jerky, which is really nice. So I'm just going to burn that, and a bit of plastic in there. Show that Greta Thunberg that, look, I'm recycling, so you can be happy with me. And now let's put a flame to that. And look, I haven't got an anemic flame like, what's his name, Stephen J. James. I quite enjoy his videos, actually. So I thought, I'm going to do a response to the drama and the accusations and the grifting and all that, what have you, by doing my own video of making a fire. Fight fire with fire, as they say. Yeah. And there we go. We've got a fire. No, it's not a very good fire, admittedly. But that will come. Because this bit's got to burn. And, oh lovely, I'm going to get smoke in my room. Because it's not yet at the stage where it's going to be drawing into the flue and the chimney. And at some point, because I do it twice a year, I'm going to have to sweep the chimney, because I do my own chimney sweeping. It's just essentially some plumbers. So if you're clearing a drain, give it a bit more fire. If you're clearing a drain, you've got these sets of like twisty pipes. Twisty pipes? Yes, twisty pipes, which you can twist further sections on. So you can extend it from, say, a 5 foot length to, well, as many as you've got. But my chimney's about, what, 30 foot long? So I'll do an outside shot once the fire's established and get my logs in. And as you can see, I've been burning the fire quite lean, and that's why I've got this soot developing up on the faceplate. The cure for that is, well, it's not a sponsor, but I find this stuff works rather well. But also just to run it at a high temperature and it'll burn. So that we can see now the fire is indeed breathing. There is indeed air there. And I'm just gonna, at some point, give it a poke. I am very unwell, in significant amounts of pain. I've been coughing profusely, and I am too lazy to do this the proper way. But anyway, so I do have firelighters. They're better. They're approved by Greta Thunberg. She makes them herself, and they're these things here. They're like the wood shavings, and they're glued together with bits of wax. And they do burn very well. But if you've got bits of cardboard because you've been buying stuff on eBay or Amazon, then by all means use what materials you've got to hand. So now let's close that. Yeah, and as you can see, my vent there is open halfway, and the one there is open all the way, and it's going. Yeah, so I'm gonna let the cardboard burn down. Then the little bit of pallet wood which I got in there will establish, and then I'll put some logs on. So what do I wait? I mean, I certainly enjoy watching this, so you know what? I'm not going to pause it. I'm going to watch it together. Now, the temperature in my room at the moment is quite a pleasant 19 degrees with 62% humidity. I have no idea what the humidity rating means. None. 19 degrees is quite pleasant. I mean, I've got a fever at the moment, so it feels quite hot. But I know later when the fever goes, I'm just going to be left with this patina of sweat. It's gonna cool down rapidly, and then I'm gonna suffer. So it will be nice to have a fire for when my own internal fire dies down. This is not my boiler, by the way. I do have a coal boiler. This is just the fire for my study. As the central heating doesn't go this far. That said, the weather has been kind to me these few days. Right, so let's pause it there, and then I'll show you the chimney.